What's up guys, Dynamite Figs here, back with another video, and today we're going to run through the San Diego Comic-Con 2024 figure reveals, both day 1 and day 2. So we had the preview night, and then we got the full day 2 revealed of all the new figures coming out of 2024 and 2025. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, some prayers have been answered, and they finally given us a Ultimate Edition Rhea Ripley action figure. This Rhea Ripley action figure will feature the first time in the line of the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, which is basically just a revamp of the male World Heavyweight Championship. However, the strap is white with the Rhea Ripley side plates there. You get 2 interchangeable head scans. But the thing is that in order to have this Ultimate Edition, you will need to pick up the brand new Monday Night Raw ring that comes with it. Apparently, it's like a normal scaled ring as opposed to like some of the bigger ones we got in the past with the Goldberg and the Jinder Mahal. So I think it's like a more realistic size as opposed to being that big. So I know a few people will be a bit disappointed that they need to buy a ring in order to get that Rhea Ripley, but overall, the figure looks great. A new ring for the people who don't have a ring yet, maybe. I don't know, for any new collectors out there, but overall, I feel like this figure is a really good addition to anyone's collection. I also forgot to mention that this will be an exclusive to Mattel Creations, but also Ringside Collectibles, like with some of the other rings, with like the Kane Ultimate Edition with the ring, Eric Bischoff, and so forth. So it will be on those 2 websites. Next up, we have a in-person look of the Steiner Brother Ultimate Editions that are exclusive to Ringside Collectibles. And taking a look, these look fantastic. Just the attention to detail on the outfit for Rick Steiner. You get the sort of what I call like kind of, I don't know if you would call them like maybe football kind of jersey. I don't know what you would call them, but like the jackets that they come with look pretty sick. I do feel like the Rick Steiner, the attention to detail with that, that's the figure I prefer out of these 2. But also the Scott Steiner as well just looks absolutely great. If you want to add the Steiner brothers to your collection, I definitely recommend these 2 Ultimate Editions because Mattel did a fantastic job at capturing the likeness of the Steiner brothers right here. Next up, we have the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Ultimate Edition Outsiders figures. Taking a look at the Kevin Nash, he looks to be in his Wolfpack attire. Comes with 2 interchangeable soft goods t-shirts and 3 interchangeable head scans. This is a great looking Kevin Nash. Like, what can I really say? Comes with the WCW tag title. Like, if you're a huge fan of the Outsiders and grew up watching the NWO, this is a must grab for any collector from like the late 90s. So definitely recommend this Ultimate Edition. Same with the Scott Hall as well. Like, these 2 go hand in hand with being really great Ultimate Editions. This also comes with the WCW Tag Team title. Comes with 3 interchangeable head scans. I'm pretty sure these head scans are a reuse of the Ultimate Edition 16, I believe, Razor Ramon. Comes with the same 2 interchangeable soft good t-shirts. Overall, great releases from Ringside. And definitely recommend copping. I might even grab this, even though like I didn't grow up watching the Outsiders. Like, these figures just look really good. Next up, we have a Target exclusive Ultimate Edition of the Legends line. We have Vader. Now, he gets 2 editions here. He gets the standard, which I believe is the black version. Comes with a soft goods robe and 3 interchangeable head sculpts, I do believe. I could be mistaken because I know the Chase comes with 3 interchangeable head sculpts. One is like a molded mask, and the other one is like a unmasked head scan, but you also get the mask as a accessory. So I find that pretty cool attention to detail there. And just as Vader alone, like, is probably the best Vader figure they've ever made. Not just because it's the Ultimate Edition, just like the look of it, the proportions of like the body, the accessories. Overall, it's a fantastic figure. Probably one of the figures that could be up for contention for being one of the figures of the year. It's honestly that great. And I wish that Australia stocked more exclusives, but unfortunately we need to overpay to get the exclusive figures over here, which kind of sucks. But that is the Ultimate Edition Vader. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition Dusty Rhodes. Now, the last time we saw this, it was just an unpainted prototype. So now it's in the flesh. Looks to be kind of the finalized product. Like, they probably could make some tweaks and changes. But overall, it looks like it's going to be the finished product. The head scans are really good. It looks like some of them could have been reused, but with one of them, it looks like a brand new head sculpt. And I definitely know for sure that the torso is the brand new sculpting as well. The birthmark looks amazing. Like, it actually looks like a sculpted birthmark, which I don't think any of his last figures had. I'm pretty sure it's just painted. But overall, this figure is just incredible. So many bangers from Mattel already, and it's only preview night. So we still have a lot in store here, ladies and gentlemen. Now we got I believe it's a Monday Night Monday Night Wars, Monday Night Raw, Hulk Hogan Ultimate Edition, and this is a great Ultimate Edition. Like, even though it's another Hulk Hogan, like, they're releasing so many, I reckon this is probably one of the better ones they've made. Comes with the Undisputed title, which is, I find, a pretty rare title to come across in the Mattel collection. Like, a lot of the releases that get released with the Undisputed title, like, become quite rare afterwards. So, I'd probably snatch it up if you just want to get the title, but for the actual figure itself, I would even snatch it up just for that. It looks really good. You get the darker kind of 5 o'clock shadow surrounding the iconic Hogan mustache. Comes with some new interchangeable heads, like one's kind of like a grimacing face and the others, I believe it's a reuse of like the Ultimate Edition head scan from the past, the smiling one. But another added thing they added here is the red outlines to the weight belt, which I find pretty cool. It makes it look so much more realistic. Like, it's just a small attention to details they add that I feel like makes the figure. We also take another look at the WCW Monday Night War Ultimate Edition Lex Luger. And this figure is like, each and every release that Mattel done in the past, it's like they're getting better and better, because I'm going to say it again, this is probably the best figure that we have gotten of Lex Luger. We recently got the SummerSlam Elite, which was to build the John Cone, and we also got the Build-A-Figure Lex Luger, but this is, I believe, not his Narcissist gimmick, but like his WCW gimmick, I'm pretty sure. Comes with the world title, I do believe, because there's two belts there. There's a WCW World Heavyweight title, and there's also the NWO World title. Jesus, I nearly got confused there. But comes with 3 interchangeable head sculpts. The body mold they used is fantastic. I feel like it definitely suits Lex Luger's physique for the time. And yeah, overall, just a great looking Ultimate Edition. Next up, we have the Monday Night War Ultimate Edition Triple H. This comes with 3 interchangeable head sculpts. Now, one of the head sculpts, I don't know why, it looks really weird to me, because like it looks like the short-haired version of Triple H when he like first debuted his short hair in 2013. I don't know if it's just because it's like tied up in a ponytail or what, but that's just the kind of vibe that I'm getting from it. And this features the new torso they're using for this Triple H. It could just be me, but I feel like it's a bit too small, because I remember back in those days, Triple H was jacked to the max. So I feel like they could have gotten away with like using the Rock Ultimate Edition torso, or the torso they were using before for Triple H. I sort of find that this torso would suit someone like John Cena or someone like that. But overall, this figure looks great. It comes with a Triple H t-shirt and track pants. interchangeable hands. Don't know if this comes with a world title, I can't see it, but overall, another great looking Ultimate Edition there. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition Mankind. Now, this Ultimate Edition Mankind comes with the Big Eagle WWE or WWF title. Comes with Mr. Socko. And it comes with, I believe, is it 2 or 3 interchangeable head scans? I don't know, because like they have like head scans and some look sculpted on, some look unmasked. I'm pretty sure it's just 2 interchangeable head scans. Look like really detailed head scans. One sort of has him with his tongue out. The other is just a straight-faced Mick Foley. Overall, another good-looking Ultimate Edition. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition Eddie Guerrero figures. And I just gotta say, I'm all for the releases of Eddie Guerrero because, like, he was such a fantastic wrestler. And lately, Mattel has been nailing the looks of Eddie Guerrero. I know they failed on the Ultimate Edition that came out at Target. I believe it was the Legends one. They made the torso way too jacked, as where with his Eddie Guerrero, it's based off his time at the Cruiserweight in WCW. The torso, I feel like, is right proportions. The skin tone's really good. The head scans also look really good as well. Captures the likeness perfectly of Eddie Guerrero. Also comes with a WCW Cruiserweight title. WCW Cruiserweight title. So overall, this is a pretty good figure. If I saw it in person, I'd probably grab it. But as you know, Australia, unfortunately, doesn't get the exclusives like America does. Next up, we have the Great Muta. Now, this is just a very early prototype, like it hasn't been painted yet, but you kind of get a rough idea of the sculpting, stuff like that. Looks like a completely brand new torso by the looks of it. I know they made new hand molds, like specifically for the Great Muta, but I know a lot of fans will be excited for this because this is the Great Muta's first figure in like to put with your WWE Elite, Ultimate Editions, etc. So this is a pretty exciting release for us collectors. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition Bray Wyatt. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know, I'm not really a huge fan of this figure. Like, I love the fact they continue and make it on Bray Wyatt figures to, like, honor his legacy. I don't know, it's just, I don't know if it's just the attire I didn't like, because I wasn't really a huge fan of the attire that he wore when he did face LA Knight. But I don't know, this figure doesn't really do it for me. I might still get it just because of, like, it's Bray Wyatt, you kind of have to, but, like, I don't know, I'm not really the biggest fan of this figure. However, it would be great to put on, like, the Bray Wyatt shelf along with the other figures. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition Rey Mysterio. Now, we have it in like figure form now instead of the prototype images. And this figure looks fantastic. Like, the head scans look really good, and it's a really unique gear as well, so which I like. Because a lot of Rey Mysterio's gear is just like a color change, but like the full-on mask sculpt is completely different. And this is actually his first ever mainline Ultimate Edition, I do believe, because he was meant to be in like one of the earlier ones, but that got cancelled. Then he got 2 Ultimate Edition releases, but this is going to be like his first mainline Ultimate Edition, and Mattel knocked it out of the park here. I'm definitely really keen to grab this Rey Mysterio figure. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition LA Knight. And I don't know what it is, I'm not a huge fan of this figure. The legs look really skinny to me. Like, I don't think that LA Knight's a pretty skinny dude. Like, it's a pretty jacked dude. And also the head sculpts as well. They just don't do it for me. Like, they have a reuse of the 108 head sculpt along with the Defining Moments head sculpt. But none of them do it for me. Like, why can't they just go back to the basic head sculpt? Like, that captured LA Knight perfectly. So, I don't know. I'm not really feeling this Ultimate Edition. It's probably a pass for me. It does come with a Cloth Goods t-shirt, but other than that, nothing too impressive here. Next up, we have the Ultimate Edition Dominic Mysterio. Now, this figure looks pretty good. I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's too similar to some of his other recent figures, so that's probably why I'm not too interested in getting this. It does come with the head sculpt when he wore the mask to sort of get under the skin of Rey Mysterio, but other than that, it's a reuse of the Elite 105 head sculpt, which I'm not complaining about. It's a good head sculpt, but there's nothing too crazy going on with this figure that makes me really want to grab it. But still a cool looking figure. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't really do too much for me. Next up, we have the new Greatest Hits line, which will feature John Cena. And I believe this may be based on the Elite 23 John Cena, or like the Toys R Us exclusive WrestleMania 29 John Cena, I'm pretty sure. One of those ones. And it's an alright Cena. Like, I like the attire because it brings back nostalgia, but the head scan isn't my favorite head scan. It isn't my go-to choice for a John Cena head scan, but overall, it's an alright release. Doesn't excite me too crazy. Next up, we have a Elite Natalia. Now, one thing I'm confused by about this figure, it comes with the double jointed arms, but it comes with single jointed legs, which doesn't really make sense because for the past 30 plus Elite series, they bring in the double jointed knees for the women, so I don't know why they would stop now, but pretty sure it's just an early prototype, and it is a re-release of the cancelled Walgreens exclusive Natalia, but I don't know, it doesn't really do too much for me. Next up, we have a Elite Sheamus that's also going to be a part of the Greatest Hits line. And I mean, it's alright, Sheamus. Again, doesn't really excite me too much. Pretty sure it's based off his Elite 12 figure. I don't know if that's the right series or not, but this is when he won the King of the Ring. So it's kind of based off that, but I don't know, aside from the true effects, doesn't really do too much for me. Now we're getting into like the stuff that I'm really excited for. We got the Elite 113 Carlito. We got a picture of, I believe it's the regular version, that I believe the white version is the regular version of the Elite figure. Comes with a apple, which I feel like is a cool added bonus. I feel like it would be like kind of defeating the point if it doesn't come with an apple, because that's kind of what makes Carlito what he is. Comes with the apple and comes with a new hand sculpt to hold the apple, which I find pretty cool. The torso choice they used, I feel like it's the perfect torso choice. It captures Carlito well. There's something about the head scan that's a bit off to me. I don't know what it is. It just looks a bit odd. I don't know why, it just does, but still got to be copping this regardless because it still looks like a great figure. One of my favorite reveals that we got was the Elite 113 Trick Williams. Now, this is his first ever figure. It comes with the North American title, which I'm finally happy about because we haven't had the North American Championship in the line in what feels like forever. I'm pretty sure the last time we got the North American title, if I'm not mistaken, was like, wasn't it the Elite 72 that we got it last? I'm not quite sure, but it's been quite a while since we got this title, so to see it again in the main line is super dope to see. They used the Ron Simmons torso, which I feel like actually works pretty great for the Trick Williams because he is a pretty jacked dude, and I didn't really know what torso they were going to go with, but I feel like they made the right decision here, and overall it looks like a fantastic figure. I'm definitely going to be copping this. Next up, we have the Elite 113 Dragon Lee. And I don't know what it is. This figure looks a bit odd to me. I don't know why. Like, it captured them well and the face scan looks good. It's just, I don't know. Looks very, very plain. Like, from what I can see, it just looks like a white gear with, like, a rubber coat. So, doesn't excite me too crazy, but I'm still going to get it because I've been wanting a Dragon Lee figure for quite a while. So, overall, not a bad release. I just expected a tiny bit more. This is a release that disappoints me. It's the Tiffany Stratton. Now, I found her basic quite a few times, and I feel like the head scan was good on that. I just passed because I knew the Elite was coming out. And the face scan on this looks so weird. Like, her eyes look really cross-eyed, like she had the lazy eye or something. So, it really disappoints me how this head sculpt turned out. Hopefully, it looks better in the final production, but I seriously doubt it because it's kind of heading towards the later stages of this figure getting released and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm not too happy with how this figure turned out. A figure that I did not expect was the Elite 113 CM Punk. Now, it got announced that he was again a figure in the Elite line, but I thought it was just going to be like the just plain black attire that they're going to also be releasing the top picks, because normally the top picks like just re-releases a bunch of like the mainline figures. But this is the Macho Man gear that we get of the CM Punk, and it looks fantastic. It really does. Like, the attire looks really good. Like, you could complain about the knee pads, but I just feel like that's nitpicking it way too much. The head scan as well. I don't know if it's the same head scan as the Elite 16, but just got retooled, or if it's like a brand new head scan. But this figure's absolutely fire. I'm definitely going to be getting this before it's sold out, because trust me, the amount of people that would be wanting this figure is insane. Next up, they showed some of the upcoming Legends figures. I don't know what series we're up to. They're just making so many Legends figures lately. But we have a Kurt Angle figure. Now, one thing I'm disappointed about, why they keep on making, like, these Kurt Angle figures with hair. Like, we want the Perk Angle, baby. Like, that's what we want. We don't want these, like, Kurt Angle with hair. I feel like the choices they make for, like, the, body and stuff like that is just way too jacked for Kurt Angle, in my opinion. Like, he's a pretty jacked dude, but not to that extent. Like, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything for me. This Jim the Anvil Neidhart looks pretty cool. Comes with a interchangeable head sculpt of him and his mask. We also get a Nation of Domination Farouk, which also looks pretty cool. I know a lot of people will be wanting that. And it looks like we are maybe getting a chase attire of it, or it could just be him without the jacket on, but still looks pretty cool. Then we get another Hulk Hogan, and the only real difference is the head scan by the looks of it, and a interchangeable shirt. So nothing too crazy going on there. Next up, we have a Bret the Hitman Hart Elite figure. Comes with the Winged Eagle title. Now, like, I love Bret Hart, but they can never nail his head scans properly. So I'm not really expecting too much, because all you can see is him and his glasses. I love the attire, though. That looks pretty sick. This Rick Rude looks fantastic. I feel like this is a really underrated release shown at Comic-Con. Like, his attire, they're always really well done. But also comes with an updated version of the Big Gold, so it's sculpted differently to the normal World Heavyweight title, so that's pretty cool. We also got this old school Bradshaw. Now, I don't know if his name was Bradshaw at this time, or if it was something else. Let me know down in the comments below, but like, this is a pretty sick release. It does capture the likeness quite well. Then you also get another version of the Rick Rude figure here, which both of these figures look incredible. Like, Rick Rude never missed when it came to attention to detail on his attire, so looks pretty cool here. And then we got a Psycho Sid. Now, this figure doesn't really do anything for me. I remember the Elite 39 just rotting on the shelves back in the day, and it was there for like 1 to 2 years. I feel like this is going to do the same somehow, unfortunately. Like, the head scan's good, but aside from that, it's just a plain black gear. Comes with a winged eagle title, but I don't know, aside from that, nothing too crazy there. Next up, we got the WrestleMania Elites. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We have the WrestleMania Elite, kicking it off with Seth Rollins. Now, I mean, it captures the outfit well, but I'm just not really a huge fan of that head scan, and I feel like they made the hair dye in his hair way too yellow, as opposed to just a light yellow, so not really a huge fan of the head scan here. The Bianca Belair looks pretty cool, even though I'm not like the biggest Bianca Belair fan. Find this a pretty cool looking figure. It captures what she looked like that night pretty well. Comes with the Raw Women's title, which, I mean, it is realistic because that's what she came out with on that night. But I don't know, I want the new world titles, like the new updated titles. We also got the Hulk Hogan here, which is just another Hulk Hogan. Like, I don't really care at this point. We also got all these figures build the Howard Finkel action figure. So if you're a fan of Howard Finkel, I would definitely pick up this whole set. But I don't know, the set doesn't really do too much for me in order to want to get. Next up, we have a set that I will have to get for the Builder figure, which I will get into in a second. But we're starting off with the Hurricane figure. Now, I feel like this is a really iconic look for the Hurricane because he was known for like the Rumble elimination and stuff like that. So I feel like this is a pretty cool addition to the Mattel collection. We'll definitely be grabbing this figure, like the face scan, all of that, really cool. Probably better than his Elite 75 that he got. Overall, great looking figure. Got another Hulk Hogan that I just don't care about. It's just another Hulk Hogan with the same outfit, just with a different head scan. I mean, it comes with a cloth like flag, but aside from that, nothing too crazy here. We got the 2023 Royal Rumble attire of Cody Rhodes in the Elite Royal Rumble set. And I'm pretty sure this is a new head scan on Cody Rhodes. I could be mistaken here, but this is a fantastic Cody Rhodes figure. So definitely keen to add this to the Cody collection, which is again pretty big now due to all the releases of the Cody figures. But oh well, he's one of my favorites at the moment. So what can I say? Next up, we have a Diesel based off his 2011 Royal Rumble appearance. And I feel like this is a pretty cool addition to the Mattel line. But the reason why I want to get the set is to build the Great Khali Elite. Now, this Elite looks fantastic. Like, the torso is just especially hand-tooled just for him. Same with the legs. The head scan is a bit off, but they did say they will paint the beard. It's not like the final product yet. The only complaint I have about this Great Khali figure, I wish it was a black gear like one of the earlier looks. But listen, I'm just happy to be getting a Great Khali Elite figure. Like, it's long, long overdue. Next up, we have a look at the Mattel Creations Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. Now, this is their old school Attitude Era / ECW looking attire, and these figures are fantastic. Like, the Devon looks really cool. The Bubba Ray head scan is fantastic. And it looks like there's some new knee pad molds for these two figures, which I feel like looks super, super good. And comes with the ECW World Tag Team Championship. So overall, you're getting your money's worth with this 2-pack here. Looking at another 2-pack, we have the Headbangers. Is it Mosh and Thrash? I'm not quite sure what each of their names are. Could have completely butchered them. But these figures look fantastic. These are their first time in the line. I'm pretty sure they had some Jax figures, but they've never had a Mattel figure. Come with the WWF Tag Team titles. Definitely going to be getting this, because it will be available on Mattel Creations. I don't know if it will be like a made-to-order thing, then it expires, or what the go will be there. But I'm pretty sure these come out in either October or December. I'm pretty sure it's one of those. I forget, to be honest, but listen, these figures look fantastic. Even though they're a bit late to the party, we have the Imperium 2-pack. Now, the reason I say it's a bit late to the party, because they split up like a few months back, and we haven't seen Giovanni Vinci since on TV, which we definitely need to see him again. He's a fantastic wrestler, but they've finally done Giovanni Vinci right with the head scan, because his first go-around in the basic series was terrible. It looked nothing like him. It looked like Mini-Me from Austin Powers with a beard, so didn't really capture his likeness well, but luckily this time captures the likeness well. Comes with a cloth jacket, tracksuit or whatever you call it, and also 2 interchangeable shirts. This Ludwig Kaiser also looks really good. I maybe prefer the head scan on the basic for the Ludwig Kaiser. However, I'm still going to be grabbing this, because it will be available in, I believe, August, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty sure it's August 28th that this comes out. I could be completely wrong about that, but it will be available on Mattel Creations. Next up, we have the From the Vault Series 3. Now, this is a series exclusive to Ringside Collectibles. It's like all of the flashback figures that are like really sought after and like really hard to come across. are finally getting re-released, and we have this Yokozuna from the Vault Series 3. Now, I'm pretty sure this is based off the Walmart exclusive flashback line that they did with, like, Mean Gene and all of that. Because I do have this figure, and I don't know, I just don't really see the point of this being in the Vault series. I feel like it could have been the greatest hits. That's just my personal opinion. I don't feel like it's that sought after. We got this version, and he does have a chase now. Why does this look like it's based off the Ultimate Edition? I don't remember this being a Elite figure. Could be completely wrong about that, but I don't know. These two just, they don't really do anything for me. Like, they're still good looking figures, but I feel like, do they really need to be in the Vault series? I don't know. One figure that desperately need to be in the Vault series, and I'm so glad they re-released this, is the SES CM Punk. Now, I'm definitely going to be copping this. I know it's on back order at the moment at Ringside, but this is the figure that desperately need to be re-released. Like, the prices that this was going for on eBay is insane. Like, pretty sure brand new in box could have gone for like $700 Australian, which is absolutely ridiculous. I could have been saving up for a car for that. So happy that this is finally getting re-released again. Looks like update with the True FX, like the face print of the attire, double jointed arm, so all the updates that it needs. An overall fantastic looking figure, and I'm so glad they bring this back in the line. Next up, another figure I don't understand why it's in the Vault series is the Hulk Hogan. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a re-release of the WrestleMania Build-A-Figure set. Could be mistaken for that, but why does this need to be in the Vault series? Like, this is another figure that could have easily been the greatest hits. Like, when I think of the Vault, I think of, like, the rarest figures that Mattel has created. Like, I know they went pretty all out for, like, the first and second series, but, like, aside from the CM Punk thus far, hasn't really done too much for me, this set. So, yeah, I'm not really impressed with the Yoko or the Hulk Hogan here. One figure that desperately need to be in the from the Vault series is the Shawn Michaels. Now, this is his Defining Moments figure that got re-released from his WrestleMania 25 gear when he versed Undertaker, which was one of the greatest matches I've ever watched. But this will feature the Elite 100 head, so that could annoy some people since it's not exactly like the original, but I prefer it with this head scan because it's probably one of the best Shawn Michaels head scans that Mattel has released. And being on one of his most iconic, like, gears, feel like is an absolute banger of a figure. So, definitely want to grab this one. Next up, we have a Anoa'i family 3-pack of the Samoan Legacy, which features Arthur, Roman Reigns, and Sika. Now, I desperately want to get these Arthur and Sika figures because they look pretty cool, and I don't have a Wild Samoans in my collection. The Roman Reigns is just another Roman Reigns, just with the gold glove, so sort of like the Elite 88, but with the update head scan. So the Roman doesn't do too much for me, but the Arthur and Sika are really cool figures. And it comes with two different looks. It comes with their actual Wild Samoan looks, but also their looks when they acknowledged Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief. So I feel like this is a pretty cool pack right here. This is a pack that I feel like they could have done at the Epic Moments if they bring back the Epic Moments line. It's the Evolution Elite 3-pack, which features Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton. This was when Triple H gave the thumbs down and turned on Randy Orton. And the face scans on all these figures are fantastic. Like, the Triple H looks really good. Not really a big fan of, like, how the cloth goods look on the Triple H, but they could fix that in the final production, I don't know. But the Randy Orton Batista look absolutely perfect. The Batista head scan, it reminds me of a Jax head scan that they've done in the past. So, really happy with these figures. I wish it came to Australia so I could purchase this because these honestly look really fantastic. Next up, we have the Elite Top Picks, but I feel like this is also going to be the Jey Uso that's going to be an Elite 114. And, I mean, it's a pretty standard figure. I've seen better Jey Usos, but, I mean, It's not bad by any means. It just doesn't excite me too much. Like the head scan's pretty meh. The attire is pretty cool, and it comes with Ultimate Edition feet. So I mean that's an added bonus, but doesn't do too much for me. I much rather prefer the Ultimate Edition that just came out. Next up, we have some main event basic figures. We have this Rhea Ripley, and I'm pretty sure this is based off like a Saudi gear because like all black from the top and then like her normal attire from the bottom. The face scan looks really good. It's a 1-of-1 head scan, so it's a newly released head scan. Just doesn't do too much for me. We have this Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, and looks like a new Randy Orton head sculpt, which I feel like looks quite good, but I don't know. I'm not really into basics. I feel like they had the potential to become better, but then it's still stuck with the old articulation that I'm not really a huge fan of in the arms and stuff like that. It looks like we are getting a new Ricky the Dragon Steamboat along with Mr. Perfect. Now, these both look like pretty cool figures. It looks like we're getting a new torso on the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat here, which looks pretty good, and a brand new head sculpt. So, this Ricky the Dragon Steamboat actually might be a cop if I see it at retail, because it actually doesn't look quite that bad. Here we have the showdown set of the CM Punk figure. Now, this is meant to come with Randy Orton, so I don't know why it's being paired with Rey Mysterio, but it's a pretty alright looking figure. I just really hate that head scan. We also have another Mr. Perfect figure, so looks like it's going to be a chase in our upcoming basic series because they're the orange attire that I showed before, but it's also in a blue attire. And the true effects on this head scan looks fantastic. One of the best looking Mr. Perfect head scans I've seen in a hot minute. Looking at some Monday Night War. I'm keeping getting the words mixed up. The Monday Night War Elite Razor Ramon in his yellow outfit. And this is featuring a brand new head sculpt. And this figure is so beautiful. Razor Ramon always delivered when it came to his attires, but Mattel has been nailing these Razor Ramon figures like really well. Like the attires, head scan, just nails the likeness of Razor Ramon and looks like a super dope figure. We also get a new leader figure, so, I mean, I'll never complain, a leader figure is always cool. I'm yet to own one, so I need to get one soon, but the head scan doesn't really do too much for me, but everything else looks pretty good. We also get a re-release of the Big Boss Man from Elite 43, and nothing too crazy, it's legit the exact same figure. We also get a re-release of a Legends line Bam Bam Bigelow here, and still, it's the same figure as the Legends line. I feel like most of these figures look the same. We got a new X-Pac or 6, and it looks like it's going to be a Chase variant, so, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. We get a re-release of the Amazon exclusive Triple H figure here, which looks super cool. It's the exact same pretty much, but I still find it a good looking figure nonetheless. We now have a Elite Diamond Dallas Page, and it looks like they is going to be a variant, one in like a lighter denim jeans and one in the darker. Super cool looking figures. I'm a huge DDP fan, both inside and outside of the ring. Seems like a super cool dude. And these head sculpts also look really cool. Good, capturing DDP quite well. So really happy with how these figures turned out here. Next up, we have another look at the NWO Virgil, or what I think they called him Vincent at that time, which also looks pretty cool. Good to see another Virgil get released in the figure collection. We look to have a re-release of the Commissioner Shawn Michaels, just with a different head scan. And, I mean, it doesn't really do anything to me. It's just a normal suited body with a Shawn Michaels head scan. This Stone Cold Steve Austin, though, looks really good. I just don't get why they don't release Stone Cold in the main line, but I'm happy that this is a different look, a unique look in my opinion. Comes with a cloth t-shirt that I don't think we've seen before in the Mattel line, so that's pretty cool there. Get another look at this Ultimate Warrior figure that I'm pretty sure was meant to be released in the Ultimate Edition WCW stage, but got released in the Elite Monday Night War figure set instead. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest Ultimate Warrior fan, but for those who are, probably will enjoy this figure quite a lot. We got to look at the Ultimate Edition NWO Dusty Rhodes, and I feel like this is a really good looking figure. Like the torso they use for him, like all new molds. Yet again, also looks like a new leg mold. So this looks like a pretty good looking figure. We also have a look at the Elite 114 Ilya Dragunov figure, which looks super dope. I'm happy that we are finally getting another Ilya Dragunov, because I feel like the Elite 96 didn't really do it too much justice. I don't know, the eyes were kind of off, and just wasn't a huge fan of it, so hopefully second time will be a bit better. We also have a look at the 114 Bron Breakker figure, which also looks like a really good figure. It has the updated beard, updated attire, which looks super dope. But it also comes with that furry kind of like wolf headpiece, which I found kind of weird, but I mean, it's cool added detail to add into your collection. Next up, we have Zoe Stark. Now, even though I'm not the biggest Zoe Stark fan, I just couldn't really get behind her. This figure looks fantastic. New body mold for her. The face scan looks really good. The attire is pretty, like, it is what it is. I don't really think she has, like, unique attires, so just a standard attire. But overall, really good looking figure. One of the best women's figures I've seen in quite a while by the looks of it. Next up, we have I believe it's Elite 117 Axiom. Now, this is a figure I didn't expect to see in the main Elite line. I thought it was going to be like a basic, but I'm super pumped to get this in the Elite line. Will be quite a unique figure as well. And I'm all for like these unique looking characters being in the figure line, because he has quite a unique look to it. Always like goes out of his way when it comes to like attires and stuff like that. So really happy to get this figure. We also have another look at the Top Picks Logan Paul. I mean, it's alright. Like, it's nothing too crazy. Comes with a new vest, which is alright, but I don't know, it doesn't excite me too much. We got to look at the Elite 114 The Rock, and this figure's gonna look super dope in person. Like with the jacket, with like the whole look will just look fantastic. So I'm super pumped to get this. And it also has the new updated tattoo on his Elite figures instead of just being on the basics, which looks really cool there. We also get a updated Kairi Sane Elite, which I'm pretty sure is the Elite 115. It's either 114 or 115. And I'm really happy to be getting this in the collection again, because I missed out on getting the Elite 73. I passed on it so many times, and I don't know why I did that, because that figure was a great figure, so I'm sure this is going to be updated and way better anyways, but yeah, super pumped for the Skyrim figure. We also get an updated R-Truth, which I will never complain about. I'm like a huge R-Truth fan, and this figure looks really great. Like, it's kind of similar to the Elite 78 in regards to like the in-ring attire and all of that, but overall, another R-Truth, can't really complain about that. We also have a look at the Elite 115 CM Punk. Now, this is going to be based off his Royal Rumble attire from 2024, well, this year, and I mean, it's alright. Like, I wasn't really a huge fan of the attire anyways, but I feel like Mattel definitely captured the likeness and the attire quite well, so kudos to Mattel for that. We get a Elite 116 Brian Pillman. Now, it looks like this Brian Pillman is gonna match the Elite 81 Stunning Steve Austin, so, like, I'm all for this Brian Pillman figure. I just don't know why they waited so long in between sets to finally have it pair up with the Elite 81 Steve Austin when that came out, like, damn near 40 series ago. So, I don't know, I didn't really get that, but still great to see Brian Pillman in the line. Another figure I'm really shocked to see in the line so quick is Lexis King. I didn't expect him to get a figure at all, but I'm all for it. This figure looks great. The hair looks really luscious. And yeah, I'm a huge Lexis King fan, so yeah, I'm really happy that we're going to be getting this figure in Elite form. We also have a Rikishi or Make a Difference Fatu. Now, I didn't really know much about this gimmick, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it's probably a cool figure for the flashback collectors, but it doesn't really do too much for me. We get a Elite 116 Jade Cargill figure, and this already looks a mile better than her AEW figures. Comes with her iconic interchangeable hands and her jacket. Super cool looking figure. I'm pretty sure this is based off her Royal Rumble gear, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely off about that, but this figure looks great, and I'm happy that we get a Jade Cargill Elite. We get a Elite Naomi, so I feel like that's pretty quick as well, because she only just came back this year, so we get a new Naomi figure, which is pretty cool. A figure I did not expect to see whatsoever, but we're seeing is Tama Tonga. He legit just arrived, like, not that long ago, so to begin a Tama Tonga figure is absolutely insane. I'm super keen for this. Pretty sure this is going to be coming in 2025. I mean, I don't expect it to come out this year. He legit just debuted a few months ago, so pretty cool of Mattel to add that into the line so quickly. Another figure so quick into the line is Jacob Fatu. Like, what? He's only been there for, what, just over a month, and he already has a Elite figure announced, which is so insane. But I mean, at least it saves me from spending so much money on the MLW figure that costs like $100 Australian, so which is insane. You shouldn't be paying that for a figure, but Jacob Fatu, so happy that we get in the main Elite line. Another figure I'm so shocked that we get as well is All Ego Ethan Page. He legit debuted like 2 months ago. So Mattel is like record setting with like the timing of these figures. The torso doesn't look like the best because it's a bit too jacked for Ethan Page. I would have went with maybe the JBL or the like Arn Anderson torso, but I'm super happy. The head scan already looks a miles better than the AEW figures, so hopefully it is in person when we get the final product, but super happy about that. We have a Ultimate Edition Solo Sikoa. And by the looks of it, this probably has to be one of his best figures yet. Like, the torso looks really good. You get 3 interchangeable head sculpts. You get tattoo detail on his hand, which I don't think we've seen before on previous Solo Sikoa figures. So, overall, pretty happy with how this turned out. We have a Ultimate Edition Finn Balor. Now, the torso looks fantastic. I feel like that's the perfect torso for Finn Balor. Comes with 3 interchangeable head scans, 2 of which we've already seen. But we have a kind of smiling one. And I don't know what I think of it. I don't know if I like it or dislike it. And you also get a interchangeable arms that come with his new arm tattoo. So that's a pretty cool attention to detail they added there. You knew it was coming. They announced the Ultimate Edition The Rock based off his WrestleMania 40 gear. Comes with 3 interchangeable head sculpts and the People's Championship. This figure turned out great. I'm honestly more excited for this than the Elite 114 Rock figure. So this looks great. Like, body choice they picked is perfect. Head scans are really good. Overall, great looking figure. We also get the colorized Damian Priest prototype image here. Comes with the Money in the Bank briefcase, 3 interchangeable head sculpts. Honestly, looks like a very good Ultimate Edition figure here. We also get a colorized version of the Great Muta. The regular version looks like it's going to be in his red gear. It comes with 3 interchangeable head sculpts and, of course, the kind of mask. And he also had the Chase, which is pretty much the same, but it's in all black, and the face scan is like white face paint with like Japanese symbols on it, which is so cool. Also comes with the Green Mist. Probably my favorite reveal of all of San Diego Comic-Con was the Ultimate Edition CM Punk that is based off his Money in the Bank gear from 2011. This just brings back so many memories, because I remember when I first got into wrestling, like, that was, like, I used to run out all the DVDs, and one of the first DVDs I watched was CM Punk winning the WWE title at Money in the Bank. Comes with 3 interchangeable head sculpts, a Screaming head sculpt from when he won the title, the Smirking head sculpt, and also when he blew a kiss. And I'm sorry, but like this puts the this is miles better than the Elite 16. Like this is a fantastic release. Like the choice they chose for the body and all that is absolutely perfect. Such a great looking figure. Definitely got to be copping this when I have enough money, but got to be a bit pricey. I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we have the Colosseum Collection Elites of Big Boss Man. Now, I really like the looks of this. You get 3 interchangeable head sculpts, some handcuffs, the nightstick. Overall, really good looking Ultimate Edition Big Boss Man. Also, this Bam Bam Bigelow is really good as well. The head scans are fantastic. Like, they always nail it with the Bam Bam Bigelows. So, for all those flashback collectors, they will definitely enjoy this figure here. You get a Fan Takeover John Cena Ultimate Edition. Now, I'm a huge John Cena fan, but this figure doesn't really do it for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just that, like, it's practically the same Ultimate Edition as his other releases. It's just with a different attire, so it doesn't really do too much for me. Comes with the chain, with the lock, but other than that, nothing too out of this world. You get some retros of the Bloodline. Now, I'm not really a huge fan of the retros. I find them kind of stupid. However, I know a lot of the flashback collectors are really into the retros, which I can understand because obviously over the years, they definitely advanced with like their action figures and stuff like that. Like, there's probably people looking back thinking that the old Mattel figures like weren't that good due to like their articulation because they're so used to the new ones. But it's just the time of growing up and stuff like that that you lived in. But we get this Jimmy Uso here. You get Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns. Pretty sure this is a 4-pack, but you can individually get them, I do believe, just like some of the other retros. I mean, it's alright, but it just doesn't do anything for me. We finally got it. We got Perk Angle, baby. We got the Elite Legends. I believe it's Elite Legends 26, Perk Angle. This looks fantastic. The Grimacing head scan, world title, 2006 Kurt Angle. Fantastic looking figure. The only complaint is that it's a bit too jacked, but I mean, that's just me nitpicking it. I'm just glad that we're finally getting a Perk Angle, baby. So, yeah, I'm super hyped about this. Next up, we have a old school Carlito figure. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about, it looks like they're using the same torso that they're using for the current Carlito, which I feel like, I don't know, he wasn't that jacked back then, so even if they use like a Daniel Bryan torso or whatever, I feel like it would have worked a tiny bit better, but still cool to get a flashback Carlito figure from his Ruthless Aggression days. We also got a updated Elite Godfather figure. This is going to be in his bright yellow pants. So this is pretty cool. I have the Elite 39, which is a bit similar to this, and that was a great looking figure and felt great in the hand, so I'm sure this one will be the same. Just as we thought that we were only getting the 2 Ultimate Edition Great Mutars, we, again, a Great Mutar Elite Legends, and this is going to be based off his final match against Shinsuke Nakamura, I do believe. And this figure looks great. I actually kind of prefer it more than the Ultimate Editions, as weird as that is to say. I just feel like this figure looks fantastic. So if I have a way, I'll definitely begin my hand on this. Next up, we have a flashback Billy Gunn figure. Now, one thing I'm surprised by is that we're getting Billy Gunn since his in AEW with the Acclaimed at the moment. So, one thing I got to say, this looks so much like Colton Gunn, his son from the Guns. They were like trios champions for those who don't watch AEW, but this figure looks great. This is also a good formula for Hangman Page Elite if you wanted to do that. All you'll need to do is just change the head sculpt, but this figure's fantastic. Definitely a good looking Billy Gunn figure here. Next up, you have a Ultimate Edition Legends Shawn Michaels figure. Now, this figure is alright, but like, it's not my favorite Shawn Michaels release that we've gotten over this weekend. It's still the Defining Moments re-release. But overall, this is a bad looking Ultimate Edition. Next up, we have a Monday Night War Elite British Bulldog, which looks pretty cool. Great looking head scan on this figure. Kind of looks like the same attire he wore in the Elite 39. We also got some more Booker T's coming out. We have the Monday Night War Booker T, and he also had the Chase in the white gear, which looks super fire. No pun intended there. Figure that a lot of us are surprised by. We have a Monday Night War Golga figure. Now, I'm pretty sure it's Earthquake under a mask, but this figure looks super dope, and kind of surprised that we're getting this in the WWE collection. Next up, we have a Elite Hardcore Hawk, aka the Sandman. I feel like this looks pretty cool as well. Like, I'm all for these Sandman releases. Still need to get my hands on the Elite 111, but I kind of prefer the look of this Sandman, to be honest. So, we just got to wait and see how this looks, but so far looks pretty promising. Next up, we have a Elite Monday Night War Kane. I feel like this kind of looks like just all of his other figures are kind of the same, so like doesn't really excite me too much. Well, that concludes Night 1 and Night 2 of San Diego Comic-Con 2024. I want to thank you guys so much for staying around and watching this whole video. I know it was a pretty long video, but I want to thank you guys again for watching this video. Listen to all the reveals, listen to all the times, messed up my words and all of that, but I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoy, leave a like, comment down below what were the reveals that you were the most excited for. Subscribe if you haven't already, tap that bell on YouTube app, follow my Instagram at DynamiteFigs, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.